All right, what's up, everyone? Cool. So June 4th or June 6th, amazing week ended the way I wanted to the way I wanted it to go. I'm glad I had a 5 day green streak, so that was amazing. And we'll go right into the trades. So my first trade of the day was VERO. So VERO, this went up because of the news came out of them selling their Venus hair business for 20 million. So, the market liked it. The float was right. Price was right. I took a bit of hesitation to take the trade. I saw this pop up. I waited for a proper pullback. And you see right here this candle, the bottoming tail candle. This is a sign of reversal. So I thought about getting in here, but I don't know. I just couldn't pull the trigger. Today I was trying to be a little bit careful. And so, okay, went up, then a pull back down. Went up, kept rejecting at 430. Down again. Went up again to another topping tail, rejected. So I was like, okay, already by this time I'm like, is this really gonna go? Is this gonna go anywhere? And sometimes it takes a couple of tries. It doesn't necessarily have to go on the second or third. You just have to know. You just have to be careful. Watching level 2 data, watching the volume candle. So you can see right here in these two candles it goes up, then rejects, goes up, and then rejects again. And I didn't get in until 433. So my first entry price. So I got in at 433. Go over here. 433 was the first trade. Right around here, I got in for an average of, let's see. My average was $4. So I got in a little bit high. So as soon as this went up, I was sure that this would break on this third or fourth attempt maybe, because you see, look, we have 1, 2, 3, and then 4, and then no, it just didn't go. But I was able to sell on this high breakout right here for about 20 cents. So it's okay, 424. So let's see, I sold around 434. So yeah, 424, huh? Wow, I was able to get the top of that candle. Nice. So yeah, right at the very top, which is perfect. 20-cent win. I was like, okay, let's leave it at that. And then I just wasn't sure if I should continue to trade this. I mean, it pulled back down to the VWAP. And as soon as it did, that's when I took advantage. I was like, you know what, let's, risk it. I feel confident on these pullbacks on below the VWAP, especially if the candle is showing proper signs of pullback. So we got 438. I got in, let's see, right around here. So this was my entry price around this area, this bottom candle. So I saw this, I was like, okay, I'm gonna get in. I waited for the first green candle to make the new high off this. So I got in at 438.25. So I got in right here, 433.80. So right here, right at the VWAP essentially, or just below the VWAP, because I was hoping for a VWAP breakout. And I don't know, it was looking a little iffy. The volume was kind of starting to dwindle down. And at 439, so I held for like a minute. I sold on this candle right over here. And then after that, it just started to unwind itself a little bit. And I got, 12 cents out of it. It's fine. I'm already up 32 for the day. I'll take that. That's not bad. Small cushion. And what do you know, 7:56, closer to 8 a.m. Eastern time, it broke towards this new high and then rejected after all that, and then broke another high again. So with these types of stocks, you just have to be careful, especially if you're trying to trade in the middle. I've noticed it is tougher, but you have to know when it's proper time to pull, when there is a proper pullback. This is a sign of reversal right here. This was also another sign of reversal, but my only issue was the rejection. You see this big candle? I really thought right here we would have a really parabolic breakout, but we didn't. It instantly rejected. Looking at the 1 minute chart, 1 minute was already looking iffy. So I don't know, but we still managed, and I was able to get in, get out. As soon as I saw $20, 20 cents per trade, per share, I got out. And I always look at the 200 moving average, so 453. So when I was looking at the price, I was like, okay, 453. So we'll get some rejection, heavy rejection here at 450, And if we scroll over here, it did sort of reach that closer to 200 EMA. So this is why I look at the 200 EMA. This is to me, I use this as a sorry, a little glare. I use this as like my kind of cap. Okay, this is the highest that it can go for this morning before it reaches heavy resistance, and it did, really reach the high of the day was about 457. So it broke a little bit over the VWAP, 453, but then rejected and then just never hit it again. So that's why I look at the 200 moving average. It just, to me, it's a good way to kind of look at things. And when they pop up, okay, how much of a move are we able to get from this? So, okay, cool. Then VEE was the next trade, and the last trade, VEE. This one was also pretty swift breakout. I honestly liked it, 442, so not too bad. Oh, we'll go here. Go all the way. So with VEE, my entry price was 279, got it at 306. Not too bad. This is basically 25 cents, about 27 cents of the gain. So $27 is what I got. And the float was right too. So we got in right here. So let's see what the news was. So yes, they got acquisitions. So sometimes acquisitions can be really, really good. I didn't really look into this. I went with the volume. I should be looking at this afterwards to see if this is good. Sometimes headlines can be very manipulative. It can make you think that it's good, but then it might not. I've seen the stock go up on Twin V Power Cats. I've seen the stock go up before, so I was a little bit hesitant when it first came out news, but we were still able to make a trade. So this came out around after 5 a.m. So 5:02. So we'll go over my trade. So I got in 5:02. So the price of 279. So I actually felt pretty sure right around here, 279. Okay. Yeah. So I got in somewhere around here. Right here at the top is the green candle. I thought it was gonna go up, pulled back, and then on the breakout at 5:03 a.m. for $3. I was looking for that breakout for the there's usually psychological resistance at at whole dollars and half dollars. So that's the type of breakout I was looking for. I broke out $3 up to $3 and it rejected. So I was hoping out for a breakout from there, and then I just got out just over $3. I did leave a little bit of money off the table, but I'm glad I sold immediately. I sold at 306. Could I have gotten a couple more cents? Yeah, I could have. I could have maybe got 20 more cents, 30 more dollars, possible, but I didn't want to push it. I was like, this is good enough cushion for me. I'm going to take money off the table and go. And, I did make some other higher moves, but nothing crazy after that. So I was like, okay. And then same thing, 200 moving average, 439. So it didn't really, we're still like $1 away from that, but it's fine. We were able to survive today. Ended the week strong. As you can see, my P&L for the day, $60. And P&L for the week, this is a new record breaking, 294. The goal when I saw this number approaching was 250. So maybe if I can get an average of 250 each week, I can increase my account by 1,000. So we already beat that goal. Obviously, the more the better, but I'm not trying to get in over myself, or I'm not trying to get ahead of myself. Especially going into Monday. I need to make Monday strong, and not strong, but be smart. I'm okay with another day like this. Definitely, even $20. I told myself yesterday, $20 for Friday is perfectly okay. We made 3 times that, and that's okay. $20 is the minimum goal that I have for myself. If I make more than that, that's perfectly fine. And yeah, well, today was really good. I'm hoping to maintain this momentum. I want to go for a whole month streak. Ideally, never go red. But obviously, there's going to be at some point, you will go red. And you have to be prepared. But the whole idea with day trading, too, is to minimize those red days as much as possible. And as long as they're small and they're a lot smaller than your winners, you will be winning. So yeah, honestly, this was the best week I've ever had. I'm super happy. And I hope everyone else was able to have a good week as well. I think we saw some really strong momentum in the markets. Hopefully next week the momentum comes on. And if we need to slow down, we will slow down. I feel like I was really careful, especially I think yesterday wasn't the best day for day traders, or Yesterday felt slower, but we were still able to pull through. So the fact that I was able to pull through as a beginner day trader makes me feel confident for other people. And yeah, we'll see you guys tomorrow. Tomorrow I have like a special episode on why I day trade, my reasons behind it, and my whole how I kind of got up to day trading. And then Sunday we'll go over my metrics. We'll go over a metric on the month, and then since I've started, or 90-day average, and we'll also go month by month too to see what my P&L was from 2024. I didn't track my trades so from September to November, and not until December. So we'll start from December, but yeah. So hopefully you guys found this really helpful and insightful on how I trade, and my thought processes, and where I'm getting in, where I'm getting out, what kind of candles am I looking for, what am I looking at, volume is picking up, looking at the MACD, usually trading within a positive MACD as soon as it opens up, and looking for the right stocks, $2 to $10, low float, ideally under $1 million was perfect, sometimes 1 to 10 million is even best. And yeah, make sure there's news, volume's higher than the other days, and it's gapping up. And let's see what else. That's about it. I think, yeah, relative volume. I'm pretty sure I said that. But yeah, good week. We'll finish out June pretty strong. Thank you, and have a good day, guys. See you tomorrow. Peace.